Good morning, class. Can everybody take out their Chromebooks and open up Google Classroom? Uh, I have put in there a slideshow for you guys. Also, can you open up your McGraw Hill books, either the book or online version? Thank you. All right. Today we're going to be talking about ecosystems. Ecosystems. So get on your thinking caps and get ready. And for the people that know a lot about them, that's perfect. I'll take questions. For the people that don't, you're about to learn some today, okay? We're going to start simple and work our way up to the entire ecosystem, food chains, livestock, um, corporate crops, everything, all right? Today we're just talking about ecosystems. All right. Today we'll be talking about something that affects every living thing on Earth. Like I said, ecosystems. Before we get started, I want you guys to think about how do living things depend on each other to survive? How do living things depend on each other to survive? So do we just survive on our own? Does animals just wake up one day and say we don't need anything to survive? Plants are just coming out, hey, I'm just surviving on my own. I want you guys to think about that. All right? Take a couple moments and think about plants, animals, and even organisms like bacteria. In nature, nothing really survives completely on its own. Everything is connected in some way. Okay? All right, guys. Any questions? Okay. All right. Okay. Some good feedback. Okay, let me give you guys an example. For example, plants need sunlight. Animals eat plants, other animals, and decomposers break down dead material so nutrients can come back into the soil. So, for instance, sunlight feeds plants, plants feeds animals, and plants feed some animals, and some animals eat other animals. Right? That's part of the ecosystem. Those animals die. They release fecal matter for the grass. That becomes a decomposer. That breaks down dead materials such as nutrients. And that goes into the soil and it goes back into their ecosystem, earth, atmosphere, evaporation, other animals eating the plants. That's how that relationship begins. All of these relationships together create what we call an ecosystem. All right. Any questions? Okay. Let's move forward. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to identify three important roles in an ecosystem: producer, consumer, decomposer. Say it with me: producer, consumer, decomposer. Got it? Great, good. Excuse me. You will always be able to explain how you will also be able to explain how these organisms work together to keep ecosystems balanced. Nothing can be more, nothing can be less. Everything has to be balanced. You can't have too many consumers and a lot less producers. It has to be balanced. 10 consumers, roughly estimated, uh, roughly estimated 10 producers, and then that will balance out your ecosystem for decomposers. Okay, let's go. So let's get started with producers. We're going to talk a little bit about producers. Producers are organisms that make their own food using energy from the sun. So energy from the sun, solar energy, is a food source for our plants. Plants are the most common example of producers. Though this process called photosynthesis, plants convert sunlight into energy they can use to grow. Everyone say photosynthesis. Photosynthesis. Some of you already know about photosynthesis, some of you don't. We can touch on that a little later. Okay? If we have any questions right after, we can go right into it. Okay? Next. Next, we have consumers. Everybody say consumer. Consumers cannot make their own food, so they must eat other organisms to get energy. So consumers would be what? What do you guys think consumers would be? Somebody give me an idea of a consumer. Okay, good feedback. Okay, good job. Okay, that's great. That's a good idea. All right. Animals like rabbits, deer, and lions are all consumers. Some eat plants, some eat animals. Some of them eat both. They eat each other. All right, that's considered a consumer. Consumers eat plants and animals, and they're considered carnivores. right? Some are herbivores that eat the plants. Some are carnivores and herbivores that eat both. Okay. Um, Last group is the decomposers. Decomposers such as fungi and bacteria break down dead plants and animals. So when you have when animals die or when plants die, they decompose. They break back down into the soil, which feeds the soil with different nutrients. Right? Okay. This might sound gross, but it's actually very important because returning nutrients back to the soil keeps your ecosystem in growth. So you have to feed the environment to grow your ecosystem. Okay. So when we look at an ecosystem, we usually see these three roles working together. Producers make energy, consumers use the energy, and decomposers do what? Recycle nutrients. You guys got it? Okay. Moving forward. Good job. You guys are good. You guys are good. You guys are doing real well. All right. Now let's look at an example together. Okay. Imagine, close your eyes and imagine we have a simple ecosystem with grass, rabbits, and mushrooms, right? I want you guys to think about which role do each of these play, okay? Can somebody tell me what role does the grass play? Nobody? Okay, let me talk about it. So, first, the grass, we just talked about this with the sunlight. So, the sunlight does what to the grass? Right? Produce photosynthesis. You're right, right? Does grass make their own food or does it eat something else? Right. Grass uses sunlight to make its own food, so it is a producer. Producer. You guys got that? Producer. Producer. It uses sunlight to make its own food, so it's a producer, right? Next, we have the rabbit. What do you guys think the rabbit is? The rabbit eats grass to get energy, which means it is a consumer. Good job, guys. Good job. Good job. Good job. So, got the grass, takes the sunlight and uses that for energy. Producer makes his own. Rabbit eats the grass, which produces energy for that, which becomes a consumer, right? Finally, we have the mushrooms. Mushrooms break down dead plants and animals and return nutrients to the soil. That means mushrooms are what? What's the last one? Decomposers. Good job, guys. I like that. I like that everybody's locked in. All right. So in a small ecosystem, energy moves from the sun to the grass, then to the rabbit, and eventually back into the soil through decomposers, right? So let me say that again. We got energy moves from the sun to the grass, then to the rabbit, and eventually back into what? The soil. Got it. You guys are great. You guys are doing good. Real good. All right. All right. So let me see. Let's do a little quick check for understanding. Let me see, make sure everyone understands. Because it's not just one of you guys. I want to make sure all you guys know it, okay? Good job, though. So far, you guys are doing good. All right. If we added a fox to our ecosystem, what role would the fox play? What do you guys think the role would fox play? It's a little scurry, a little fox scurrying around. Does the fox get its energy from the sunlight? No. Does the fox decompose on its own? No. The fox would eat the rabbit, making it a what? Consumer. Got it. Got it. Got it. We're making it a consumer. The fox would eat the rabbit, making it a consumer, right? All right. And what would happen if decomposers didn't exist? Dead plants and animals would build up and nutrients wouldn't return to the soil, right? So we have to have decomposers. This all goes together at one. You can't have one without the other. That will make it harder for plants to grow, which would affect the entire ecosystem, right? So no nutrients to the soil, no growth. Okay. So, do we have any questions? Anybody have any questions? Okay, great. If not, look on the PowerPoint that I gave you guys. Um, we're gonna do an exit ticket later on. So with that, I'll see who still needs help. All right. Today we learned that the ecosystems depend on three main types of organisms: producers, consumers, and decomposers. Each plays a important role in energy moving through the environment. Right. Next, we're going to build on this idea and learn about what you guys think is next. We learned about producers, consumers, decomposers. So next we're going to be learning about the food chain and food webs, which show how energy moves between many organisms in the ecosystem, right? Before we finish, I want you guys to think about the environment around you. Can you identify examples of producers, consumers, and decomposers in your community? All right. We'll talk about this tomorrow. All right. Now, everybody, if you look at the bottom of the Google Classroom, you'll see the exit ticket. Please begin that using the PowerPoint. All right.